Hey guys, I wanted to do a video about my bike, my Colnago Ovaltitan. This bike I purchased new in 1999 at the Power Station Bike Shop in Mestre, Italy, which is outside of Venice. And I built it up when I got back to where I was living at the time, which was Meiringen in Switzerland. I purchased the frame, obviously came with the fork, the saddle, and the braze-on front derailleur. I had just built up a bike with brand new chorus and record campy stuff, so I just took it back to Switzerland and my shop moved all the parts over. But this bike is a dream, absolute dream. It is a full campy build, Regita wheels with campy record hubs. This is old quill style stem. That is a one-off titanium stem. There was a former Soviet titanium fabricator who moved to the village I lived in, and he would make one-off titanium parts because they had skills that a lot of people didn't have, still don't have. And he built that headset, and he built this seat post, which are super cool, love them. And they're, like I said, one-offs. There's no maker's mark, there's no stamp. It's just this guy building stuff in his shop. It's the matching saddle. See the little Art Deco guy. This frame has seen some bumps and bruises. There is on the top of this down tube, it's a bunch of paint scraped off. I had a wreck when I was stupidly trying to keep up with a Continental Pro doing a descent of the Grosse Scheidegg, and I can't keep up with guys like that. And I hit a bit of a swale in a gravel section, threw me off the bike, and broke my collarbone. You guys, you're cyclists, you know the deal. But here's the rear derailleur, the campy, that's a chorus. The crankset is a record, chorus, brakes, and I love the campy chorus. Shifting, it's amazing. This bike is beautiful, rides great. I had so much fun ripping through the Swiss Alps on this thing. Climbed like a dream, descended even better. It was like riding a Silk Road. It was phenomenal. I no longer ride. I have a degenerative eye disease, and it's not safe for me to be out on the road, especially on something this fast. So I had this bike. I traded a bunch of old parts. I basically emptied my bike bin with a guy who used to own a shop here in where I live in Central Florida. And he rebuilt this bike. He tore it down, cleaned up everything, lubed it, put it back to shape, and it's going to be a display piece. The reality is nobody wants to buy these old bikes. Everybody now wants through axles, hydraulic brakes, running tubeless, that stuff. Nobody wants these old road bikes, even though I would stack this bike up against any new ride. But like I said, I'm not really riding anymore. So anyhow, I just wanted to put it out there. There's not a lot of information from Colnago about this bike. There are two rumors. The first rumor is that the bike was actually, the frame was actually fabricated by Lightspeed. Either they brought over some guys to Italy to help them fabricate. And there's also some rumors that it was like my headset, or using like my stem and my seat post, that there were Soviet titanium fabricators who went to work for them. Because if you notice, one, the titanium is painted, which is not very standard. But I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but that is not a round tube. That is fluted. Both the top tube and the down tube are airfoil shaped. And it's only recently that anybody's doing this in titanium. So it was quite cutting edge for its time. This was in the Pro Peloton. Rabobank rode this frame along with the C40. I think a lot of people in this era, in late 90s, weren't sure whether things were going to go carbon or titanium. And obviously they've gone carbon. So yeah, this bike, I had two choices when I went into the bike shop. One was the C40 and one was this frame, the titanium. And I chose this because at the time carbon was new and not real reliable. A buddy of mine that I raced with, he had a Cannondale carbon, and one day we're riding and the bottom bracket just snapped. So that is why I chose titanium. To be honest, I didn't really go into the shop to buy this bike. I was looking at the Colnago Master, which is an aluminum frame, had some really cool fluting on the seat tube, and was just, you know, they still make the Master to this day. But when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is love. So anyhow, this is my Colnago Ovaltitan Titanium road bike.